Stan Gibilisco here, proprietor and operator of amateur radio station W1GV Whiskey 1 Good Vibrations. Way back in the late 1960s, when I had my general class license as WA0 OKV Ocean Kilo Victor, and I was in high school, maybe even junior high school, my dad took me up to Minneapolis from Rochester, Minnesota, to purchase an electronic keyer. I was tired of that old straight key, which I had gotten from, I think it came with an Amico code practice oscillator. Amico, Alpha, Mike, Echo, Charlie, Oscar, Amico, like the gas company, but with an E instead of an O. Anyway, that was just a very simple straight key, and we wanted to get a good electronic keyer for me, so my dad bought me an ICO, Echo, Idaho, Charlie, Oscar, ICO electronic keyer with 4 different speed ranges going from about 5 to about 60 or 70 words a minute, all vacuum tubes, and we also had a Vibroplex vibro keyer single lever paddle. You press it to the right and you get dits. Dit. You press it to the left and you get das. Da 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 da, and you alternate back and forth between left and right, da di da di da di da di da. But you couldn't connect both. You couldn't go both left and right at the same time. It was just a single lever paddle. If you used, there really wasn't much of anything in the way of iambic keyers at that time, and there wasn't even anything called dot memory or dash memory, or maybe there was in some of the more sophisticated, innovative, newfangled keyers. But I just bought this ICO electronic keyer for use with my National 200 transceiver. The National 200 was a fairly well-known transceiver at the time. Simple, designed mainly for single sideband, but it would work CW. As I recall, I eventually discovered that transceiver's CW had a chirp to it, so it came across as da 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 da. And I never really knew that. But now this was old, back in the olden days, when radios weren't as sophisticated as they were. Digital controlled radios were unheard of, and even iambic keyer was unheard of. This one didn't even have dot memory, so that if I wanted to send, for example, the letter N, as in Nancy, or November, this month. If I wanted to send an N, I had to go left and then go right. Da dit. But if I went right too soon and let go of the lever before the dit could start, I ended up with a T as in tango, just da. And the same thing happened with the letter G as in golf. If I wanted to send da da dit, and I sent the dit too soon and left the paddle lever, let it go too quickly, I ended up with M as in Mike. There was no da 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 dit character, thank the powers that be, but if I wanted to send a numeral 9, da 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 dit, I would end up with da 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 9. That's da 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 dit, right? I'd end up with the non-existent Morse character da 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 da, because I let go of that dot too soon. That didn't happen the other way so often. As the letter A is in alpha, I rarely got E as in echo, or if I wanted to send W as in whiskey. I rarely ended up with the letter A as in alpha. I never seemed to let go of the da, the left-handed paddle movement, too soon, so I didn't have a problem. But this keyer had neither dot memory nor dash memory. It wouldn't remember. If you hit too soon, you were out of luck and you made mistakes, and I made a lot of them that way, and it was very frustrating. The same was true with the Hallicrafter's TO, Tango Oscar keyer, which I got later. It seemed to be less likely to make the mistake that the ICO did, but it was probably all in my head. Only years later, when I was in college, did I finally get a solid-state keyer that had the advanced technological feature of dot memory, so that if you wanted to send, for example, the letter G as in golf, you'd never get an M, because that keyer would remember that you'd push that lever to the right. And if you pressed them both together at the same time in a dual lever paddle, you ended getting da di da di da di da di da di, and they called that iambic keying, and or squeeze keying. And I did eventually get a two-lever paddle and master the art of iambic keying. You could send about 5 words a minute faster that way, and I was into high-speed CW at the time and was trying to send 45 and 50 and even 55 words a minute. And maybe once I mastered iambic keying, I could get up to 60 words a minute. That seems like that's a lost art now, except for keyboard keyers, which primarily exist in computers these days, and software-defined radio and other more advanced features. But a lot of transceivers have iambic keyers built into them. My ICO transceiver has an iambic keyer built in, and my Yaesu transceiver does, and most of them nowadays do, so you don't even have to buy a separate electronic keyer without dot or dash memory and comprised entirely of vacuum tubes as the active components. Oh, those were the days. But I got by, and that's how I developed my CW skills as they exist today. I can't send anywhere near as fast anymore, but I don't try, and high-speed CW was kind of a niche in ham radio, even in the 1960s and 70s, and now you don't hear it that much. I guess it depends what you consider high speed, but 70 words a minute, you won't hear too many people sending that fast unless they have a computer to copy it with. Then you might, but you can use PSK31, you can use radio teletype, frequency shift keying, and any number of other digital modes to send at speeds like that. And you don't have to read it in your head anymore. We've become a lazy lot, haven't we? Oh well. So much for those memories, so much yammering for today. Stan Gibilisco, W1GV, saying 73 and so long, which, regardless of keyer type, in my native fist, always translates to so long, da-da-da-da-da-da.